How to integrate Liquid for Android. Liquid is the first of its kind mobile analytics platform that allows publishers to personalize their apps in real time based on user profiling, activity, and without changing the code. Integrating Liquid in Android is very easy. We recommend installing Liquid via Maven Central, but if you prefer to install it manually or via the source code, you can check the full documentation online. In this screencast, we will use Gradle on top of Android Studio. So, let's begin. In your Android Studio project, open your application build.gradle file, locate the dependencies block, and add the Liquid SDK dependency. Now, click on Sync Now to update the dependencies. And that's it, you're ready to go. When creating a Liquid app, you get two completely separate apps, as you can see on the app drop-down list. Use the development app for developing and testing things up, and the production for real usage data when you are releasing to the App Store. This way, you avoid polluting your analytics while developing. Each app has its own API token. Select your development app and click on Settings to get your development app API token. Let's initialize the Liquid SDK with this token. Now, initialize the Liquid singleton instance with both your API tokens when your app is open. Typically, this is done in your application class, if you extend it from Android application or in your launch activity. In order to keep track of a specific user between different sessions and different app installations, you should identify them with a unique identifier. This identifier is usually an email or a username. From that moment on, all events will be associated with that user. The Liquid SDK keeps a cache of your previously identified user. So, you only need to identify your user when you first know who they are, usually at the time they log in. If you repeat this step for whatever reason, Liquid will not change the user's identity as long as the unique identifier is the same. Note that if you never identify your user, all events will be associated to an anonymous user with a unique identifier generated by the Liquid SDK. As soon as a new user is identified, all those anonymous events will be automatically aliased to the new identified user. This means that you'll no longer see the anonymous user on the Liquid dashboard, but the identified one, with all associated events tracked. The next step is to start tracking all the events you want to follow with Liquid. You can track any event you want in the context of your application. It can be a click on an ad or a button, a comment sent, or any other interaction. Events are identified by a name and can optionally have attributes to save additional information about the event. You just need to use the track method. Wondering how Liquid keeps track of devices and session length? The Liquid SDK provides that automatically for you without the need to call any methods. Every time you track an event, the device status at that time is captured with it. A Liquid variable is a variable that holds a dynamic value which can change depending on what target a user falls in. You can define these targets using the Liquid dashboard and transform any old-fashioned static variable into a Liquid dynamic variable just by replacing them with a Liquid method. This Liquid method will return the value for that variable for a particular target and requires a fallback value which will be used whenever we are unable to get that value for you. This includes the cases when your app is first launched without an internet connection, you accidentally delete a variable in the Liquid dashboard, or if by mistake you define a data type on the Liquid dashboard which differs from what your code is expecting. When using the development app, the previous code automatically creates the variable and the fallback value is automatically set as its default value. This behavior does not occur when you are using the production app. The Liquid values defined on the dashboard are delivered every time the user closes the app and will be assumed the next time it opens. This way, we make sure the app never changes while the user is interacting with it. You can always change this behavior if you want. And that's it. You now have the complete insight of how your users are interacting with your app and exactly who they are, granting you complete visibility and much more than simple analytics. Check the documentation page for particular use cases which may more closely resemble yours.